technically morning for 2 more minutes before I have to go back to that hellish place for another shitty shift that shouldn't be mine. And I have to be there overnight tomorrow. I think I'm gonna make videos there. Obviously, well, I could smuggle my ring light in and say I have an audition to film. But I'll find a way to pass the time some way, somehow. But one of my shorts I made not long ago, I talked about how the good with the narcissist doesn't really exist, or it's not that good. And I got some comments about, like, talking about no contact. Well, what are signs, like, after you get out of a relationship with a narcissist and you cut them out, you go no contact, what signs start to appear then? Like, what are the signs that things are getting better? So I'm going to do a video, 9 things you only discover after you stop loving and break up with a narcissist. Once their power and influence over you has finally faded and you've broken the chains, or you've had a witch do it for you. Yeah. Or you sought Lilith yourself. Or your friends went to a witch whose moniker is so fondly called the breaker of chains, who narcissistic douchebag frat boys refer to as homewrecker, although he's yet to break up a relationship because he wanted to be with the girl. Yet. It's bound to happen. Other witches have told me so. I hope soon, because, where is that elusive, unconditional love anyway? But I digress from my sidebar for now. 9 things you only discover after you break up with the narcissist. I'm not even sure where the camera is, by the way. I put it this way, because, I think it's over here. Probably why some of my auditions don't go well. Is it there? I don't know. But 1, you find out, first of all, they were far worse than what you thought. And I've gone over this before. When a narcissist is trying to reel you in, they're wearing a mask. They're pretending to be someone that they're not. Someone that, you actually would like, because they do their intel. Narcissists, when they get in a relationship, it's usually very, very, very rarely like a instant connection, sexual tension, love at first sight kind of thing. No, it's usually they have their eye on somebody, they learn things about them, and then they try to mimic the things that that person likes and pretend to be someone that that person actually would like. They typically, particularly coverts, go for people out of their league because they're trophies. Overts, not so much, because overts think they're the greatest thing ever. Just picture, essentially a man-child, like Bart Simpson. Picture like some guy who thinks he's the shit, but really what you should be seeing is that infamous clip of The Simpsons where Bart Simpson's a toddler and he's banging the pots together going, I am so great, everybody loves me, I am so great. That's the overt. The overt thinks everybody loves them and that they're the greatest thing in everything. Covert's a little different. But you realize they're far worse than what they are. And most likely the people around you have been telling you this for some time. But it's even worse than that, because obviously if you were the one dating the narcissist, you're privy to things that other people don't see when it's just the two of you, things that you don't talk about even to your closest of friends, because, well, it would prove them right, and you're under narcissistic control, which can be a form of delusion. Maybe you don't want to believe what the truth is, or you can't face, or you don't want to face that you've been fooled, and you try to convince yourself that it's like, oh no, it's there, that I see this side that other people don't see. No, trust me, from someone who, well, I dated a borderline, but, it's a form of cluster B person. No, it's not, it's not that bad. Yeah, you're right, it's not that bad, it's worse. It's so worse. All right, 2, pretty much everything they ever said to you is a lie. Narcissists thrive on lies. They thrive on trying to get you to believe their version of reality, which of course centers around them. And, again, you're lucky to be with them because they're the center of the universe, and, everything they touch turns to gold and blah, 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 because narcissists can't thrive on their own merit, on their own interactions with people, because they don't really form true bonds. It's all about them. People are just pawns to be used, for their schemes. Nothing comes before what the narcissist wants, them connecting. They use people, they destroy people, they stab people in the back, the rats, and if you're in a relationship with them, you're nothing more than a trophy. And when they try to tell you otherwise, they're just love bombing you because they feel you slipping away. 3, their absence from your life is the gift that kept their absence, not when they're gone from your life, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Because the confidence that they destroyed, the self-worth that they destroyed, starts to come back. That influence they had on you, them trying to mold you into not the person you want to be, but the person that they want you to be, that trophy again. That starts to fade, and you start to embrace your own free will and become the person that you want to be, and you connect with the people you want to connect with, not the people the narcissist allows you to connect with. And they probably cut off a lot of people. All narcissists cut people out of your life, people that are probably trying to empower you, because the narcissist sees them as a threat, particularly if there's another love interest. That gets real messy real quick. Yeah. Sometimes violent, and it's never good. Or even if you're, not a love interest, but I've been in more than a few situations where female dating male narcissists, I guess, according to other people, female had a thing for me. I didn't see it because, blind, or I had my eye on somebody and tunnel vision because demisexual. But anyway, the narcissist saw it, and ooh, the jealousy, ooh, the slander, all the tactics. But I'm not the one you want to throw narcissistic tactics at. I know things and how to counteract them and, call them out publicly. 4, you, the person that was dating the narcissist, were not needy, were not high maintenance, but unfortunately, you had a high threshold for their bullshit. In other words, you put up with them mistreating you, them lying to you, them controlling your life, them determining basically what you can do, where you can go, who you can talk to, and all that sort of thing. You had a high tolerance for them controlling you. So you exerting any form of free will, they call it high maintenance because you're not going along with the plan, their plan, and they know best. 5, know that no, they are not the best thing that ever happened to you, and that they're not the best you can hope for. Most likely, take it from me because I've been in this situation, most likely there are plenty of normal people that you have chemistry with, that the narcissist prevented you from actually exploring, or there's people that you wanted to connect with but you didn't because of the narcissist, because you didn't want to upset the narcissist, because the narcissist had convinced you that they were you were so lucky and chosen because they chose you. Yeah, that's crap. So don't fall for it, because they're gonna have hoovering attempts. When you first break free, they're going to try to hoover you back in because they don't want to give up that narcissistic supply that they got off of you. And, they have put in time and trained you. And ooh, especially if it, for the longer it goes on, if the narcissist, especially if the narcissist got you to move away from your friends and family, because that's the ultimate control for them. Or if you live together, that's another really hard one to break, because once they have that supply basically all the time, yeah, they don't want to give that up. They'll essentially, if you're living with a narcissist and you finally break free, yeah, they're essentially going to go through withdrawal symptoms. It's awesome. It really is. They lose it. They lose it. But you'll quickly realize just how bad things really were. And you're going to start to open up about how bad things really were when no one else was around. And that's going to empower you to never fall into that pattern again, and potentially help other people like me. Not help me, but what I do, I help other people. It's the only thing that gives me purpose in life at the moment. 6, you are far more capable than you believe. So in other words, you can stand on your own 2 feet. You're far more intelligent. You're far more driven. You have far more value, and you are perfectly able to thrive and succeed without the so-called blessings of the great chosen one, the narcissist. You know, you don't need them. They make you think you do. They make you think that your whole life will fall apart if you cut them out or don't go along with their plan. But that's not the case. And you'll quickly realize that, you know, because when you get away from that constant doubt you have in your head that, you know, oh, you're not doing what they say, and if you don't follow, you know, their plan, everything's going to fall to shit. No, because they want you kept down. That keeps you dependent on them. That keeps you compliant to them. That keeps their supply going. Got it? And yes, I do know what I'm talking about. So if you're like, oh, that all sounds good, but it just, no, you can break the delusions. Anyway, 7, understand that true happiness with a narcissist doesn't exist. You're simply a slave to their will. And while true happiness is very hard to find, in my opinion, but it cannot be found until you cut the narcissist out of your life. And, you know, then you got to go from there. Everybody's situation is different. You embrace perhaps the career path you wanted to embrace, live in the place where you wanted to live, associate with people you want to associate with, begin a relationship with a person that you wanted to, but you couldn't because of the narcissist. It could be any number of things. But, you know, true happiness and like even transcendence, certainly recovery from the pattern of behavior, mostly, you know, sorrow that you're in when you're in with a narcissist. See my video, The Cycle of Dating a Narcissist. I'll put it at the end of the video. You'll see. Number 8, really important one, and I mentioned it in a short. You'll realize that the good times with the narcissist never really were that good. In fact, the bad times were just that bad that it made the good times seem better than they were, and also they were convincing you of this is what it's all about. This is Eden. But do you want to be a slave in Eden if you're in chains in Eden, or, you know, free in the red waste? But there might be another garden far better than Eden out in that red waste, but you have to traverse that desert alone. But you're following whatever course through it that you choose, and, you know, you have free will. Yeah, I went there. Number 9, the narcissist is not just an awful partner, but likely an awful parent too, and an awful friend, and an awful coworker. The narcissist is just awful. Remember this. They only care about their own interests. They don't have your best interest at heart. They have their best interest in heart. So they're only going to use you to best serve their interests. Got it? They don't help anyone but themselves. And they see that as perfectly fine. They feel entitled to do that. And that'll never change no matter what they say, because they lie. And they love bomb, and they gaslight, and they manipulate, and they blame shift, and they play victim. You know, see my narcissistic tactic videos, and there's more of them coming. But realize that the only way to beat them is to cut them out. And, you know, once you do, then you can hex them. Really get revenge. Just rip that mask off, or maybe a fall from grace. You know, there's a plethora of things you can do once you break free to expose them for who they really are and save the next potential victim. Because if you don't expose them, there will be another victim, sadly, and they deserve to be exposed. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that empowers some of you that are on the edge of taking that plunge of getting away from the narcissist to finally do it. And you'll see, it may seem scary at first, but in a couple weeks, you're going to feel better than you have the whole time you were with the narcissist. Because, again, the good times weren't that good, and especially in the beginning, that wasn't even real. That was straight up love bombing. So be aware of that. Break free. Follow your path in life. Follow your free will. Follow your own desires. Hail Lilith.